again, we haven't really got to the premium maps in terms of the design, so I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but it's something we really want to support, for you to be able to put out a map as a beta map so that you can sort of test it out, see what people think. I don't know whether that's only with your friends or with a wider audience. Those are still design discussions that are ongoing.
All right, that concludes the StarCraft 2 gameplay panel, and we are now here back on the main stage. I'm Jeff Keighley along with Kat Hunter, and we're going to get to some hardcore World of Warcraft questions that a lot of you guys have had on the forums and on Twitter. And keep in mind, in just a few minutes, Felicia Day from the Guild will be here. She'll be screening for the first time anywhere the Season 3 trailer for the Guild. We'll get to her in a little bit, but right now we're joined by Tom Chilton from the team of World of Warcraft. You guys have had a lot of panels. The fans have been asking you question after question.
Yeah, for sure.
How's it felt, BlizzCon 09?
Well, it's felt awesome. This is our biggest BlizzCon so far, so there's a lot of energy here. It's amazing how big the convention's getting. We keep opening up new halls to support more people, so it's really a lot of fun.
Absolutely gets bigger. We have a bunch of questions that we've pulled off of Twitter and the forums, and some of them you may have answered, but we may not have heard the answers. So we're going to ask you again.
Fire away.
All right, first, will we get additional character slots with a new race class combinations?
Right, that's a question that I'm hearing a lot, actually. I've been hearing that question for probably about a good year now, since even before Wrath of the Lich King shipped. And it's something that keeps coming up more and more, especially with the introduction of the new races. So it's something that we'll be talking about. I don't have a definite answer because we haven't really discussed it in depth yet, but it'll definitely be discussed.
Good. I think they'd like you to discuss that. That's my opinion. If the Goblin starting zone is neutral, can Alliance characters enter, and will guards stop them?
Well, no, it will not be neutral. Not only is it not neutral, it's horde only. And you won't be able to get there if you're not a goblin, because conceptually, in the timeline of events that happen there, the place gets destroyed in the series of quests that you're going through. So it's not really even there to go to conceptually for anybody that isn't a goblin starting character.
Because it's destroyed. That makes sense. All right. Have you set a date for faction changes or a time frame?
Well, time frame would be very soon, as soon as we get all the final kind of website work done and all the we have all the core infrastructure and the core technology built for it. We're just making the final website so the players can interface with it and all that. And as soon as it's ready, it'll go live. So it should be pretty soon.
That's good news. All right, here's a good one. Will heirloom items work through level 85, or will they quit at 79?
That's a good question. We don't know yet. I think that we have the ability to have them stop working at a certain point. I believe we created all the current heirlooms to stop scaling at 80. So the heirlooms that we have right now, I don't believe are currently designed to go beyond 80. That could be something that we revisit, but we'll have to see. We have to be very careful about how old items continue to transition into new content. Otherwise, a lot of the reward for doing the new content gets lost.
Absolutely. All right, we're getting a lot of questions. Oh, Thrall. We're getting a lot of questions about Thrall. Have you guys been answering any of those while you're here at BlizzCon?
Well, we've been trying to be very vague about them. It's part of the core storyline stuff that we uncover. But as Chris Metzen's alluded to, Thrall he's the greatest shaman in the world. So, and if the world is breaking apart and it's the shaman's job and duty to hold the world together, then you might be able to put 2 and 2 together to figure out what he's going to try to go do.
And what about the love of his life? What's going on with her?
Well, that's another thing that we have yet to reveal. We'll have to kind of keep watching to see how that goes.
The forumers were asking. All right, so let's see. Recently, you announced that 2v2 would not be getting access to some of the same gear. But yet you announced yesterday that Battlegrounds are going to have access to some of this gear. Is this a contradiction, or what does this mean?
No, definitely not a contradiction. What it is that we don't feel like historically or really in the future that we'll get 2v2 balance to work as well as we want. World of Warcraft was designed to be as multiplayer as possible. And so all the different character classes are designed with interdependencies with other characters. So for the same reason that we don't even have 1v1 arenas, we don't think those would be balanced or very, very interesting or very fun. 2v2 is always kind of a long shot for us. And we feel like over time it's kind of proven that even though we might be able to get our balance pretty, to be pretty happy with that. And 3v3, it's just scaling down to 2v2 is going a little too far. So a lot of people like to do it for fun.
Right.
It's a pretty casual, friendly activity, and so you'll still be able to get a lot of really good rewards through it. It's just we're going to reserve the high-end rewards for the other brackets where we feel like the game's more balanced.
Right.
And in the Battleground case, the rated Battlegrounds, we feel like that balance continues to get better as the